Hey guys, this is Mr. A. Chrissy here, and welcome back to another movie review. Today's movie review is going to be on the MGM movie, and yep, you can already see I got my MGM shirt on. And so today's MGM movie review is going to be on the musical film that came out. Technically, it first came out in 2021, so it's like a 2021 movie released this year in 2022 back in February. But this is more like a 2021 musical film, and and, and of course I finally watched this movie on demand, and that's going to be on Cyrano. Cyrano is directed by Joe Wright and stars Peter Dinklage, Haley Bennett, and Kelvin Harrison Jr. And so the story of Cyrano goes like this. Award-winning director Joe Wright develops movie lovers in a sympathy of emotions with music, romance, and beauty in Cyrano, reimagining the timeless tale of a heartbreaking love triangle. Cyrano dazzles with both ferocious wordplay and brilliant swordplay, but is convinced that his appearance makes him unworthy of the love of his friend Roxanne, who's played by Haley Bennett, who has fallen in love at first sight with Christian. Yep, Christian, who's played by Kelvin Harrison Jr. And of course, we got ourselves another a musical film that's based on the play itself, Cyrano. So earlier this morning when I woke up, I just watched this movie on demand, like when I first woke up this morning. And I gotta say, after watching the whole movie Cyrano, I'm gonna have to say Cyrano is actually another great movie from technically 2021, between 2021 and 2022. But I gotta say Cyrano is another great movie from last year as well. And since Cyrano was made by MGM, this movie was also the last MGM title to be released before the Amazon MGM merger was completed in March. Yeah. But I'm actually glad that I finally watched it. And the soundtrack itself, the soundtrack and the songs in this film, they were like well performed, and they were excellent. And the acting performances too. The acting performances are also well done too. Like Peter Dinklage. Peter Dinklage was really good playing Cyrano in this film. Peter Dinklage and Haley Bennett. Haley Bennett was great as Roxanne. Haley Bennett. And Joe Wright himself. Joe Wright actually does a good job directing this film, and of course it includes one bonus feature, and that's like the making of Cyrano, an epic adventure, the making of Cyrano, like another behind the scenes featurette. And yeah, because when I first of all, I remember seeing trailers for Cyrano back when I saw other films in theaters last year, and it does look like a pretty good musical film, and I do like Peter Dinklage, but then by the time it first came out, like my local Regal movie theater wasn't even playing this movie at all. But my local AMC movie theater was playing it, like AMC Columbia 14, my local AMC movie theater. They were actually playing Cyrano at the time back in like March and February. But at first I wanted to check this movie out in the theaters at AMC. At first I was kind of interested in checking out this movie with my Uncle Charles, but my Uncle Charles said that he wasn't really that interested in checking out Cyrano. I mean, we both like Peter Dinklage, but my Uncle Charles wasn't really too sure about seeing a musical starring Peter Dinklage. So Uncle Charles just passed on Cyrano, and in March earlier this year, me and Uncle Charles went and saw Belfast instead. But now that I watched Cyrano, I'm gonna have to say Cyrano I bet is a great movie. Yeah, because I remember when this movie first came out. Like, I remember first hearing about this movie last year in 2021. And like I said, Cyrano is technically a 2021 film, since last year was actually the year this movie first came out. I mean, sure, it was officially released worldwide in February this year, back in February, alongside Studio 666. But like I said, my local Regal movie theater wasn't even playing this movie, only AMC. But I can understand that Uncle Charles didn't really want to see this movie, and So we saw Belfast instead. And plus, I actually did love Belfast. And of course, I also reviewed that on my channel as well. So feel free to check that out if you want. But yeah, so Peter Dinklage's performance as Cyrano, he actually does a very good job playing Cyrano. Like Peter Dinklage and Haley Bennett, like I said. And like Haley Bennett as Roxanne. And it's got very good songs too, like the musical itself. And the other actors who were in this movie, they all did a good job as well. Yeah, because and plus I also got this DVD like also earlier this year, like not too long ago, or like earlier this year. It's like some of you guys may have seen the DVD of Cyrano in one of my past updates, as well as the other 2021 film Spencer. So overall, Cyrano is another great movie from 2021, and I'm gonna give Cyrano 4 out of 5 stars. So if you haven't seen Cyrano, if you've not watched Cyrano yet, then I say give it a watch. I recommend it to all musical fans out there. So there you have it, guys. That's gonna be it for my movie review on Cyrano. And that's going to be it for this video, so make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying, goodbye everybody, and that's about it.